Most people don't know, but I'm actually a second generation infectious diseases physician. So my father was an infectious diseases doctor at the same Kaiser that I work at for over 30 years. What motivates me the most is just wanting to be able to help others. This inclination as an ID doctor to want to help all my colleagues. We're often looked at as the problem solvers. They come to the infectious diseases doctor to kind of super sleuth and try to figure out what's going on. Early on in the pandemic, I started noticing that my friends and family were starting to ask me the same questions. The infectious diseases field is actually a pretty small specialty. So I felt that, my duty as an ID doctor was that I should obviously share this information with everyone. So I started creating social media posts mainly as a way to, educate my friends initially about very basic topics. Related to COVID. Being a young professional, it's just all about being relatable and, getting information out there, like I said, in a clear fashion to, even if it's just my generation and, some of my parents' generation also, really appreciate the information too. Living through this pandemic definitely has been life-changing. We will be able to look back in years to come and see how much we've learned. We've, seen a lot of collaboration, a lot of hardships, but I think, we'll be able to take what we've learned during, some very tough times and be able to apply it to the future. If there's any advice I would give, it would be three things that I try to focus on. The first is, truly just love what you do. Surround yourself by people who truly support you. Everything really happens for a reason. At the time, it might seem like a difficult situation, but you can really glean a little bit of positivity from each experience that you have. So I'd really like to thank the Metro Chamber and the Metro Edge Group. I'd like to thank my biggest supporter, my husband, Jim Alves, and my kids, Ashton and Addie. I'd like to thank my parents and my brother and sister-in-law and my in-laws. And I'd really like to thank Kaiser Permanente and my three co-workers, Drs. Jenna Loy, Dr. Fontania, and Dr. Sharma, who really helped me get through this pandemic as a small but mighty infectious diseases group.